Welcome back to the Tidy Room Hangout. This is Mike coming at you the weekly news and review for May 31st, 2026, and of course we always have Transformers news, Masterpiece news, all kinds of news coming out of Transformers, so no shortage of news there, and a little bit of olds. We've got some Mythic Legion stuff. I mean, I'm not super up on this, but it's kind of cool and fun to look at, try to look at as much stuff as we can. Lots of Joe news this week, surprisingly, and it's kind of funny hearing it all week. Finally, I get to talk about it. And then we've got the Motu stuff, and there's going to be a lot of Motu stuff going on probably every week, especially this week. The movie drops, what, on Friday? Thursday? Friday? Pretty soon? Star Wars stuff and a whole lot more. So there's a whole lot of stuff that's in between, in addition to some Star Wars, coming up. Alright, so what's new at Shozy Store? We've got the X-Transbots MX68J Cone Chrome Slug Slinger and Firehole Caliburst. Japanese version. The Japanese version's coming into stock. $139.99. And yeah, coming into stock, coming soon. We've got the Lucky Cat CG01 Cyber Goddess Venus RC. $1 down. This one is MP scale, doesn't give the exact height just yet, but should have a late release, late August 2026. $1 down. Here's something last week I really only had teaser pictures of, and then we got better pictures over the week. I guess Takara Tomy Overgear OG02 Blackout, that is $10 down, and that will also transform into a helicopter. This appears to be a different type of line. It's not, I don't think it's directly from the movies, but it might be. It might be. But still looks pretty cool. This is the OG01 Ironhide Takara Tomy, their Overgear line, and he looks, it really kind of looks like a blend of different generations, but more leaning into the movie, the live-action movie era. But my knowledge is a bit limited on the live-action movie era stuff, so here's this alt mode. Now, all these are still just $10 down, and I don't have the official price just yet. Takara Tomy. Alright, so we've got packaging images of the upcoming MPG Soundwave from Takara Tomy, and so some people are excited for this because they didn't get the first go-around. I do like the color better. I do think it's a better coloration, in my opinion, but not enough to trade up for an old mold in a newer color. I would have actually liked sort of a 2.0 in this case, but I'm very satisfied personally with the Fancy's Acoustic Wave, and so yeah, it's kind of a catch-22. Still, it's kind of fun, and I start to wonder if this will get knocked off. I hate to say that. No, I don't hate to say that, but anyway, these pictures come from Baidu user and then a Twitter user, F328PRES. So, yeah, the boxes are out. I'm pretty sure I thought people had these in hand already. One thing I know people have in hand already is this. Now, this is the MX68J Cone Chrome. And I believe the darker coloration that we're looking at here is the US version. No, J must be Japanese version. So, anyhow, that's one of the funny things is we still kind of see some renders and then we see in-hand images, but I'm getting both versions. So I will be able to compare both, show them side by side. You'll know which one that you like the most. And I think that's going to be kind of fun. Then one for alt mode, one for bot mode. Here is vehicle mode and the box behind it or underneath it. So it looks pretty good overall. And, you know, I kind of feel like they've really done a great job with these, and I'm kind of impressed with the work that they've done so far. I know people like to say pictures don't talk about quality. They don't show the quality, but so far it looks pretty good. I mean, I like the sheen on it. It looks pretty solid, but here we go with just the box art itself. So I look forward to this. Of course, I look forward to both versions. So X-Transbots has not finished yet. They have some fun pictures here. This one they're saying is a teaser, a detective of sorts. So it appears to be a night beat with a hat on. That That's what I'm seeing here. So it's kind of cool. They're going into this. Now I know, I'm pretty sure Fans Hobby has gone down this route already. So it'll be interesting because I don't have those to check this out, but also interesting to see how they compare to the Fans Hobby. That will be fascinating. All right, so Mang Motion and Spicy Animation is showcasing the MPP-10, which is a Wei Zhang design, by the way, in Shattered Glass, and so with that, this might still be available. Now, I'm reading it saying MPP-10 Shattered Glass Deco, but I'm actually seeing that you can still currently pre-order the MP10KO for $50 on Show Z. Possibly what they're showing. Maybe some got lost in translation there. But anyway, still looks pretty cool, kind of fun if you're interested in the Shattered Glass stuff. Alright, so this is TDW Transform Dreamwave and their Dreadstorm Maximus, which is just a repaint of the one they put out before, but it still looks pretty good. And interesting color variation. Another thing is when they make, a lot of these, then just 3 colors might be wanted or maybe even more desired. Possibility right there. But it's kind of fun. I mean, what are you going to do with this mold anyway if you don't recolor it, do something else with it? And here will be the team in their alternative mode. Their alternate mode. So there it is. Pretty cool, interesting stuff. I actually do kind of like the recolor. Golden Zen has showcased the DX9D19 Silver Stalker toy instructions manual for transforming the guy. And I will say that I like it a little bit better than previous, I guess, the Prowl. Problem still lies in those 2 giant holes in the shin. I'm sure that's how the glass stays in there. I mean, it is what it is, but it still doesn't look great to me. Yeah, again, is what it is. Here's the alt mode. And, yeah, that's the alt mode right there. I think a lot of people are going to be doing some waiting on fans toys on some of these. I think that's what's going to happen. I do think that's what's going to happen. I haven't really paid too close attention. I have not gotten this mold yet, and I'm not sure if I will. But let's talk about something else here. We have another week, another few Optimus Primes here. This is Mastermind Creations R54 Optus Seco colorway, and the scheduled release, the set, the armor, and then the R48P reissue. So that's how you're gonna build all of that. We have seen this before, but not in this color range. So better looking colors, but I do like the way it looks built and beefy better than in its standard bot mode. The pre-armored Optimus Prime, whatever, Seco. I think they make a lot of Iron Mans or a lot of Supermans that they don't hold a candle to Optimus Prime. Come on, man. Come on, man. Screenshots of Bloki's Action Edition Optimus Prime, and this is via at CRW on X, which actually this does look pretty good. When I look at the blocky stuff, I kind of think, no knock, but low price point, cheap, but these are more expensive and they look a little higher end. So they do look pretty good for what they are and what they're trying to achieve. Pretty good looking figures. And that's not just Optimus Prime. That's Prime Optimus Prime. Prime Optimus Prime. And I will preface, I'm not sure where to get this. I know people get upset. Why show it? Well, because I'm going to read this and maybe you can find it somewhere. Machine Hero Metal Series Golden Optimus Prime. It'd be pretty cool if it's die-cast. That's literally all the information we have for this item currently, so far. But if it was die-cast, that'd be interesting. And gold, why not go the full vac metal? Probably because it will flake, right? And we've got Some little smaller stuff here, but it's still pretty cool. Yellow Park, Transformers, AMK, Series, Beast Wars, Megatron, and Black Arachnia, color prototypes, and shown at the Hong Kong Comic Con event 2026. So I believe this is our first look at this, following with the Optimus Primal and Dinobot. So these look great. I think they've done good work here so far. They always do good work. They don't have to transform, and that's going to give you really good Black Arachnia, which she looks pretty good. The Masterpiece one's still pretty good, so that'll be kind of fun to do that comparison. But then again, getting into good old Megs there, that'll also be fun. Probably not the best angle in the world, but there is an angle to the dangle, though, to his roar. There it is. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Will this be better than what we've gotten with the Kingdom, the Toys Mage? I don't know. Well, starting to look a little on the stylized side. We'll see. We'll see. Blocky showed off a picture of a clear 6-shot Decepticons, and I believe it's a chase. I do not keep up with the Blockies as well as I should, and I haven't been ordering them like I should. But I have a feeling I'm about to spend a lot of money on Masterpiece with 2X Transbots coming up at once. So, but Blockies are fun, and Blockies do feel a lot, at least this scale, feels a lot like Legends. So speaking of Legends, what we got going on here? We got some more, so I guess it's a reissue. I believe these are a little more metallic, but I might be wrong. But Magic Square, the MSB 12 Pillage, and MSB 13 Contain reissue. So I'm just saying it's a straight reissue. Just straight up reissue. So that's kind of cool. If you're into all that. Hold up a second. There's got to be a catch here. I might have to order this. Showz's got this. The set of 2 is only $40, which is quite reasonable, I'd say. I hope if so. 2 limbs would be 40. The other 2 limbs 40. That's $80. Is there a balloon payment when it comes to the Motormaster? Uranus is the secret toy garden that does great pictures all over the internet. It's gotten secret early access to New Age Toys 873 Martin, and I guess that was their take on the Red Alert. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can't say it. This was a pic of their figure that was originally named Dick. Right? People blame Deke for ruining G.I. Joe all the time, but this is the alt mode for Martin. And yeah, it looks pretty good. They do look pretty good. They've done a good job. I like New Age. I like what they do. There's a lot of little panely lines in this, but at the end of the day, I'd be displaying it in bot mode anyway, so that wouldn't bother me. So there's a Hasbro mystery for the ages. I mean, I'm told this should be put under rumor, but there's some eBay listing for Age of the Prime's Unicron Soldier. So I don't know what that is. Neither does anybody else. Well, there's ideas that it's like a repaint. It's a reuse of Megatronus. And so I believe him. I'm a believer. I made a believer out of me. I believe that is what's going on here. So we can move on. Now we do have some more teasers of more or less repaints of stuff that's out, but more or less. Takara Tomy, upcoming products, and this is the new Legends of Beast Wars 2 Gigastorm, Missing Link Ratchet, Overgear Optimus Prime, AOTP Monstructor, Age of the Prime's Monstructor, and more. So that's them doing their. This is a recolor reissue. A lot of times these days, they don't look much different than the Hasbro release. Takara Tomy, Transformers new Legends G2 Venusaur color samples are coming along with it. And for those of you still working on the first release of this, they say they're going to put all the components out to complete it alongside the box set. So they say. What they're saying. That's what I hear. I don't know. See, and that's one of the funny things is that I report this stuff, but I thought people done already had the G2 version good to go, and once this box set was announced, people were complaining that they haven't completed theirs. So I'm going on secondhand and third-hand information when it comes to that part. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I think it looks good. It's a fun way to get a G2 version. So we do have some pictures, thanks to TFW Laserwave, of Studio Series Titan Age of Extinction Grimlock. Now, I want to get right to the important picture here. That's a G1 Grimlock. Grimmy wants to know. He wants to know how big this Titan is compared to a Leader Grimlock, which looks good. Me Grimlock Leader. And it looks good. That's good size. So, I will say this. I'm pleasantly surprised that he's as big as he is for your $200 in 2026. But ultimately, I'm not in on this. And I'm actually not getting all the Titans. And they have to be important. I will get a Titan if they give us a true G1 Metroplex. I said we're getting another figure here. The Rising Force Fall Cybertron Patacon Swindle. So I got this in with Hasbro for some reason. I thought it was Hasbro. Oh, man, that's bad. That's real bad. But Rising Force is working on this. And I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying it's bad that at a glance I stuck it with Hasbro. My Rising Force. Okay. So it is going to combine and all that stuff. So there's the alt mode. And I will say this. I think they learned their lesson trying to directly compete against the big dogs with one-to-one design. So let's go with something that's more stylized, something nobody else is working on, and that'll work. So to make something that looks different than what everyone else is making, here's the leg mode, and that's a good strategy. So I'm not knocking them for that at all. Now, I'm not sure if I covered this last week because it's been a whole week, but I want to say this. I like the size of the Ironhide of Missing Link. It makes a lot of sense. He is bigger than the original vintage. So the other caveat to the whole discussion that we had about this is that this works better size and scale-wise. And so a lot of people this past week were bringing it up. I think Laser Pants on 3POA, I think he's the one that brought it up, but I'm not 100% sure, that if they made a blaster in this line, would you want him to be scaled correctly or still as big as the G1? That's a new question, and he doesn't even do Transformers so much. He's not like hardcore into Transformers, but that was a very, very valid question. Hasbro make kits, model kits, muckets, make kits. So they're starting a new model kit line, which I'm not gonna lie, it's almost like okay, all these people making model kits that you put together. Blockies do that, right? We see that with Yellow Bark doing that. Hasbro's filing patents and trademarks for Hasbro Make-Its, Mock-Its. Project moves forward, is highly likely the Hasbro flagship brands such as Transformers G.I. Joe will be among the properties adapted into the new line. Seems kind of odd. Like, you outsourced that already. Why are you now bringing it in-house? Killer Body Transformers G1 Matrix of Leadership. They've updated promotional video. This is a role-play Matrix of Leadership featuring light-up effects and sounds. It comes in an Optimus Prime-style box, which opens Optimus Prime's chest to reveal the Matrix. We still have no concrete information about price or additional product details. Stay tuned for more information, but it looks to be underscaled, like not 1-to-1, not full size. Just looking at it, it's like you can only fit your 2 fingers in there, and not your whole hands and stuff. But it is a nice gimmick, and the truth is, I wouldn't really want a ginormous one anyway. Also, I want the price good price. Ace Ramatoy went to the Comic-Con 2026 in Hong Kong. couple of cool things that have come out of it, but there's just some other interesting pictures that I would not have gotten otherwise. So he showed a few things. So this is a picture of Bucket Man, which I'm not familiar with Bucket Man, but I guess he's pretty popular because you see behind it is a blow up, and they blow up like a, well, let's just show a large inflatable, a huge inflatable, like bigger than my house. Well, sort of taller, maybe. Anyway, that's fascinating. And some of the things we've seen at these, where they had a life-size Fortress Maximus assembled one year. I mean, it's impressive. Talk about going all out. And we could see Storm Arena making this figure. So here's the thing: Jada made this and revealed it first. I actually saw Jada's, and then Storm is putting theirs out for about the same price as Jada now. So 30 something, 30, 35 maybe, versus Jada's at 30. And I will say this, that the Storm collectibles are superior, in my opinion. But I haven't really done a whole lot with the Storm Arena, which I probably will dabble in that area a little more. But he does look really good. Here's a better close-up of him. But this particular character, I don't have a huge tie to it, so it's not something I'm going to be like tracking down really hard. But I still think it's really cool. And there's pictures of the Tom Clancy Splinter Cell Blacklist. This is Ubisoft and Fig Script. And yeah, I think we saw a little preview of this last week. Here he is, geared up and looking quite cool. It's a very interesting figure. Even if you didn't play the Splinter Cell game, it's still a really awesome figure. Kind of gives me the Night Viper vibe, if you know what I mean. Right, we got a little G.I. Joe stuff to cover. Oh, wait, big G.I. Joe stuff to cover. Tomb Raider crossover with G.I. Joe, so Lara Croft probably getting made. It's so funny because this news was like breaking right while my news went live. So I'm a week late on it because I'm not really late, but whatever. Is it a big deal? I don't think so. Is it like, are we starting to see weakness in G.I. Joe Classified? And so now they're going to go outside of it. I don't know. I would like to see them do stuff, though. Like, Marvel's doing Crystar, like a line of Crystar figures. Why can't we do that with, like, Bionic 6? And Tomb Raider's a good one, and other properties that they could do to give us what we want. The best example from what I've heard was Mask. Do a line of Mask figures, so. And I want to credit that. I think that was discussed quite heavily by the Swish Pop. He does some fun live streams, but like people were throwing all kinds of stuff out, but he was really saying Mask makes the most sense, and he's right, and it's not going to go against anything that Loyal Subjects did. Now this is rumor, but you know, where there's smoke, there's fire, right? And so we're hearing that there's going to be a gym, something to do with gym for the Comic-Con from Hasbro. Something G.I. Joe, not G.I. Joe, Transformer crossover, which I don't know how that would work. But, I mean, it to me, in my mind, though, it kind of feels like it would make more sense if it was like we saw with Lara Croft getting into Classified. We saw what they did last year with the Cold Slither set, which might still be available this year. And then this would make sense to do as a fun set. And I think people would like to have Classified gem figures, and I think an SDCC would be the perfect way to do it. Don't make it a HasLab or something nonsense like that. SDCC, and leave it in stock until it sells out. This is almost enough news to make a whole video about for G.I. Joe, but I don't have time. I was out of town most of the day today, so trying to get the news done as fast and diligently as possible, but cover everything. Fatal Fluffies. This is gonna be $55. You get what you get, and do not throw a fit. And Fatal Fluffies. Now, I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't think it looks bad. I don't think it's horrible. I do feel like it's sort of in line with what they were doing with Classified to make it a little modernized in a way, not exactly cartoonish. Now, people are upset about things like the face. I think just the open mouth face is the best face for this. I think an open mouth face, the one where he's kind of like, rawr, that's what would be displayed the most, in my opinion. And the price $55. If you don't like the $55 price point, you don't have to buy it. The problem with it being $55 is that it is a bigger figure. So obviously they're going to charge a little more. I was thinking, why not 35 or 45? 55 is steep. But it's also, people view it as a troop builder, and most people would want like 3 or 4, 6 or 7. No, not that many. Oh, maybe. But look at this. This is a nice little comparison. You can see what the Super 7 one looks like, right? Super 7's looks more cartoony, and it's originally it was $20. Good luck getting one much cheaper than $70. I'm just saying. No, I'm not justifying the $55 price point. Now this is Shipwreck versus Deming, the Cobra nurse. Was she the nurse in there? This is from the Shipwreck episode, the two-parter. I think it was the end of one season. It was the two-parter, something about Springfield. Here it is. There's no place like Springfield, and you can look that up. Just type in G.I. Joe episode Springfield. You can watch it right here on the YouTubes. Anyway, this set's going to be $65. Allegedly, you get everything that is shown here for you in the package. I'm a hard pass, but that, again, when I say stuff like that, if you like it, buy it. I mean, don't hold back. I'm not a completist. A lot of the things that they've done made me not want to be a completist with this line at all. And, I mean, could you imagine somebody being a completist with Marvel Legends? Or G.I. Joe Black? No, Star Wars Black series? Now, G.I. Joe Classified, there are completists out there, though. It's still young enough of a toy line, and there's people that have jumped through all of the hoops, and it's quite an accomplishment, actually, if you've jumped through the hoops, but I gave that goal up a long time ago. But, was it 205? 205? Is that what it is? Anyway, yeah, looks pretty good though. It looks like a nice, fun little set. If it was on sale, half off or something, or 40% off, I might consider it. But as it stands, it's not something that I need. As we discuss 55 or 65 for G.I. Joe Classified, this little guy here originally came out as Snarf, Super 7 Ultimates. The Ultimates. And remember, I'm an Ultimates shill, so you have to understand that. I'm a shill for Super 7. Snarf was $55. Everybody said it was way too much. They're not paying it. So they didn't pay it. It's sold out. People are paying $150 for it for a while. I think that we got wind it was going to get reissued. Now it's up for pre-order on BBTS for $65. I think it's about 3.5 ounces of plastic. No joke. Well, I never weighed it. I'm just guessing, but yes. People thought it was a ripoff at 55. They thought it was fine at 150 on eBay, and now 65 is going to be way too much. It's one of those things. The reissues are, it can't come out at 55. Whatever. All right, so I'm going to skip over. A lot of this stuff is literally stuff we talked about last week's now for pre-order. I'm going to kind of skip out on a lot of that. Just waste time. So, Rebel Tech Black Flash preview from DC Comics this is a teaser to show you what's to come. This is not really anything concrete. Like, this is what it's, well, pretty much what it's going to look like. It's what teasers do, right? They tease you with just a little bit, not a lot, but it looks good. Now, time to be the master of your own universe with Wave 32 of Origins, the 200X, no, 2000X, like 2002, 2003. Preview of Many Faces, Cyclone, Sorceress, and Trapjaw. So they look good. Now, here's this. I am not in on this stuff, the 2000X. Not in on the movie stuff, on all that. But I did like what they did with Trapjaw and the Chronicles. Thought that was pretty cool. I got that one, and I got a Skeletor? Yeah, I think that's what I got. Those are the two I got. I'm not going to get them all from the movie and all this, but the 2000X has a pretty huge following. So it's smart that they're doing this because people want that. And if you have the original 2000X figures, they do not have much articulation. I've got a few. They're cool looking statues, but they're not very well articulated. So here's the thing. Here's Chronicles Ram Man from the movie, the upcoming movie, Chronicles version, the high-priced, very expensive version, the Chronicles, high price. Lucky for you, they're at Target, you get 5% off your red card, and when they do the sale, if you keep your receipt and you haven't opened it yet, you can take it back. But I shouldn't get into the details. You can figure all that out. But I want to say that this isn't really for me, although it's going to be fun. I do look forward to the movie. And I actually was talking to the family, like, who wants to go see what? I think we're going to go see this instead of Star Wars at the movie theater. We don't go to the movies that much. So I'm excited for the movie. I do like the previous one that they made in the Masterverse. But yeah, it does look pretty good. Oh, and another 2000X figure. Velvet BBTS Entertainment Earth Nerdzoic is this Whiplash. So people are excited about this Whiplash. I guess people are excited about the Whiplash. I think it looks cool too. It's just if all you collect is He-Man and Master Universe, or you only collect 3 lines, then I think those are the people going after this stuff. And it's tempting. I haven't dipped my toe in it yet, and I'm trying not to. I don't talk about Mythic Legions much. Speak of, I haven't dipped my toe in it yet, and trying not to. I was there at the ground level, the root of it, when they were like $35, I think. And Rebel Collectors were talking about getting them, and I saw them, and I thought they were cool, and I thought, really, that's not a bad price. I mean, I think I should maybe get a few. And the fact I didn't get in on it then, it's saving me thousands of dollars by not collecting the whole line. But it's an amazing line. Amazing line. They are responsible, 4 Horsemen responsible for classics, He-Man classics, which is still... Not every single one of those figures is the best looking, but a lot of them still are. So let's get into this. There's Valiant Knight 2. It's a Legion builder. There's Valiant Knight add-on set. Legion of Light tunic sets. Skeleton Legion Builder 3. Skeleton Steed Legion Builder. Skeleton Soldier add-on set. Vampire Archer Legion Builder. Vampire Archer add-on set. And the Blige Legion Builder, and then add-on set. And then Yamada Divine, Barbarian Builder, Legendary add-on set. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this. I'll be honest, I read it all. Doesn't mean anything to me. All right, so there is a Mondo's Disney Gargoyles 1/6 scale Goliath figure preview. This baffles me. So NECA's not going to make gargoyles, but Mondo's going to make gargoyles 12-inch or 15. How big is 1/6 scale on a gargoyle? So if you're like a human is 12-inch. I mean, I'm curious. I'm curious, but you know, NECA's done with gargoyles, it seems, which is really strange. And yet Mondo is like, here we are. We're starting fresh. And it's another thing that kind of bothers me is like, if you've been collecting the NECA stuff, are you going to jump on this? I don't know. And how many characters are left on the table that didn't get done by NECA? Would another company want to pick up where that left off? I mean, there's so many questions, and I'll leave that up to you for the answer. Alrighty then. We have the Boss Fight Studio Conan. This is what Lenny and Tony and Corey had to have left the Joe team for. I'm just kidding. Anyway, Boss Fight Studios, Conan the Barbarian, Young Conan, and Yag Kosha 2-pack. They look great. This looks fantastic. What is the price on this? You know, it's funny. The price is not usually listed in here in all of this, but the Tower The elephant is one of Conan creator Robert E. Howard's most legendary and unforgettable stories. At BBTS, it's $129.99, $13 down, non-refundable deposit. First quarter of 2027 is the estimated arrival for this, and with that, it's a nice looking set. Big Bad Workshop, which is Big Bad Toy Store's toy line, is making the Devil Bargain Verse Human Bullet and Black Jet 1/18th scale figures, and it figures these might cost a little bit. 30 each. For 1/18th figures, like everyone complains about, $20 is too much. For the Super 7 Reaction Plus figures, $25 on their site and BBTS, but $20.99 at Targets. So try to get those Targets. But these are 30, and I don't know anywhere else to get them, well, other than BBTS, because it's their own proprietary line. We got some Star Wars news here. This is a Star Speeder 1000 set at Disney Store, $100 off the Star Speeder 1000. Now, one of the things, my theory, I just have a theory. It's not like, oh, it's $100 off because we like you. This stuff used to go for pre-order and sell out. But what is this, like the 6th or 7th of these that they have made, and I don't know how different they are from each other, how identical they are. I know that in 2023, my family and I went to Disney World and we rode in something like this. I don't know if it's exactly what this is, but I imagine that you can't keep putting it out every year and it'd sell out every year. So I believe all this is supposed to be up for pre-order. This is the vintage collection. We got Zeb, well, just call him Zeb, Imbo, Mercenary Droid, Hera Syndulla again. Oh, but I think that's a good again, right? It's a good again. Sand Trooper, and then Devin Izara, and then we got more on this same tab here, and we've got Black Series figures. And I was an advocate for, if you release it in Black Series, why don't you release it in Vintage Collection and do them at the same time? I don't know. Now I'm starting to think that might be a little overkill, like buying the same figure in both scales all the time. But here we've got Zeb and Imbo, and then we've got some other ones. We got Droid, 2 droids and a snowtrooper, pretty much. Is that how it goes? Looks like Entertainment Earth has this Rook cast Devin Izara in stock at Entertainment Earth, if that's the thing that you're into. I'm going to wait. Anything that I say that might trigger somebody, I'm waiting until I'm done with this segment. But I'm not going to hold it back. Okay. Mandalorian and Grogu. Actually, $10 for this. It's a nice little Grogu. Baby Yoda. It's got a stick. You can't have a Yoda figure without a stick, right? With a fish or a soda can. That's an energy drink. It's a monster. It's a product placement. So these white box first edition, Premier Edition, Este Edition, Primera Edition, Primera Edicono. Maybe I said it all right. That's 5 different languages for this, for whatever reason. But it's dead on arrival, basically. I think, well, dare I use the word scalper? Scalpers bought them and put them on eBay for $100 each or $80 each or whatever. Now, I didn't touch them. I'm just like, I didn't fall for the white box game back when the Mandalorian stuff first came out, and I'm not falling for it now. And it's still all over Walmart. It's easy to find. I don't know if they're all easy to find though, but the ones that I would have picked up, they're easy to find. This seems to be everything Wave 1 and Wave 2 of the what would you call this? It's a gimmick? Yeah, the white box gimmick. All right, so the controversial thing I'm going to say is that these figures look nice. Not a lot of this stuff is for me, and I'm currently still exclusively shopping at Ross and Ollie's for Star Wars. If it don't show up, it doesn't show up, and I'm okay. But that's because I have so much, and a lot of this is just stuff we've already seen in the past in different iterations. I do actually like the Rebels that they put back out. The Zeb looks great. The Hera. They have some good looking figures, but at the end of the day, $20. I mean, I come from a world where they were not 20 bucks. And this is a galaxy far, far away from me. Maybe they'll be on my home planet of Alderaan. No, they blew that up. My home planet of Ross and Ollie's. What do you guys think about this week's weekly news and review? What else is going on out there that I didn't talk about, that I didn't know about? I mean, I know about the whole Lego brick $200,000 theft, but I don't know enough about it to speak on it just yet. But like and subscribe. Today, ring her out.